The talent and skill of the team behind American Chopper in transforming steel are widely recognized. However, if one were to encapsulate the essence of the show in a single word, it would unquestionably be drama. The Teutul family is known for its internal disputes, but the most significant of these was the intense conflict between Paul Sr. and Paul Jr., culminating in a legal showdown, Paul Jr.'s exit from the family business, global media frenzy, and even a meme that went viral. Today, those turbulent times seem like a distant past, and life has moved on, especially for Paul Jr. curious about his current endeavors. You've come to the right place. We'll update you on what Paul Jr. is up to these days, diving into his life after American Chopper, covering both his professional and personal journeys. Paul Jr.'s TV presence is well documented, but his early life and path to fame are less known. Born Paul Michael Teutel in 1974, he is the eldest son of Paul Teutel Sr. and his first wife, Pola. Paul Jr. began learning steel fabrication at just 12, a choice influenced by his father's ownership of Orange County Ironworks. Working with his father, Paul Jr. honed his fabrication and design skills, eventually specializing in motorcycles and choppers, leading up to the 2002 launch of American Chopper on Discovery Channel. During its run, the show featured memorable Orange County chopper builds like the Black Widow, Comanche, and iRobot bike, with Paul Jr. playing a key role in their design and construction. Post his departure from the show in 2009 and its eventual cancellation, it seemed Paul Jr.'s TV career was on hold due to legal battles with his father. However, in 2010, TLC announced a new series, Senior vs. Junior, focusing on life at Orange County Choppers after Paul Jr.'s departure and promoting his new business, Paul Jr. Designs. Despite airing for 4 seasons, the show was canceled in 2012, with no sign of improved relations between Paul Jr. and his father. Yet, there's more to Paul Jr.'s story. In 2015, he and his wife Rachel welcomed their son, Hudson Stephen. While it's unclear if Hudson will follow in his father's footsteps, Paul Jr. enjoys sharing his son's moments on social media. Fans can keep up with Paul Jr. through his online presence and business website. In 2020, Paul Jr. returned to TV in The Last Ride, a special episode where he worked with his father to build a new chopper. This collaboration marked a historic moment as Paul Jr. Designs and Orange County Choppers came together, indicating a reconciliation between father and son. While the special episode was a treat for fans, it's been a while since the 2019 cancellation of the American Chopper revival, with no hints of a return. Nonetheless, a show comeback would delight fans eager to see the Teutels on screen again, ideally with less family drama. The journey of the Orange County Choppers team has been a roller coaster, with family tensions once seeming irreparable. Thankfully, the Teutels have worked hard to mend their relationship, moving past their feud toward a more harmonious family dynamic. The positive developments were clear when father and son united in the 2018 revival of American Chopper. Moving past the once prominent drama, Paul Jr.'s career has been thriving. His venture, Paul Jr. Designs, enjoys success with consistent chopper commissions and participation in national exhibitions and automotive events. A notable achievement for Paul Jr.'s business came in 2021 through a collaboration with German bicycle manufacturer Rough Cycles, resulting in the PJD electric bicycle collection. This project marked a significant departure from their usual offerings, showcasing Paul Jr.'s versatility and creative flair. Now recognized as an inventive bike designer, Paul Jr.'s business seems set for continued success, a testament to his skill and perseverance. Despite American Chopper's return in 2013 with a special in 2014, Paul Jr. was absent, and fans awaited his comeback until 2018 when the original series was revived. The show highlighted both Orange County Choppers and Paul Jr. Designs, reflecting the mended father-son relationship. However, the series' second season concluded without renewal news, hinting at its third cancellation. In mid-2020, the special episode The Last Ride aired, yet there's been no further news of the Teutels' return to TV. For those who recall the infamous fight between Paul Jr. and Sr., the reasons behind their dispute are well known. For others, here's a recap. The Teutels' collaboration at Orange County Choppers, despite their impressive creations, was often marred by arguments. Usually, these disagreements were verbal and temporary. However, in 2009, a severe clash over Paul Jr.'s tardiness escalated, leading to a physical altercation and Jr.'s dismissal. This sparked significant controversy and was a prelude to more difficult times. Despite attempts to reconcile, tensions led to Jr.'s second exit, the show's cancellation, and a lengthy legal battle. The conflict was complex. Paul Jr. wasn't just an employee, he co-founded the company and owned a 20% stake. After his firing, Sr. sought to buy these shares, leading to legal action instead of an amicable sale. This process was contentious, with Jr. countering his father's move by alleging corporate waste, essentially accusing him of fraud. Ultimately, in 2011, Paul Jr. lost the legal fight and sold his stake, enabling him to start his own business. The lawsuit's impact on the show or network is unclear, but it likely boosted viewership. Contrary to assumptions, Paul Jr. didn't immediately return to chopper building post-Orange County. Initially, Paul Jr. designs focused on steel camp stoves, a move that might seem surprising, but was strategic given his background and contractual limitations. Paul Jr. viewed this venture as a necessary change, telling the Vancouver Sun it was a challenge to start anew after 2 decades under his father's wing. Despite these constraints, his decision to shift focus was a calculated step, reflecting his ability to adapt and innovate. In April 2010, this rule was finally lifted, allowing Paul to finally turn the business into a motorbike body shop. Since then, it has been a huge success. Some people might have been surprised when the Teutul's finally got along again, but it took a long time for both the father and the son to forgive each other and move on. In 2017, Paul Jr. wrote a self-biography called The Build. In it, he talked about his time at Orange County Choppers, the problems that led to his downfall, and his successful return to success. As a businessman who works for himself, when he said his father was like a monster, the story took a powerful turn, expressing thanks for being fired as the thing that pushed him to make a good change. Soon after, Paul Sr. told of an interesting talk he had with Jr. It looked like the last step toward putting their differences behind them. Realizing that their biggest problem was at work, both men have stopped working together in the same shop, but they are still open to working on projects together. In any case, the fact that they get along so well now suggests a happy ending to a story full of drama, if it really has one. In terms of money, Paul Teutel Sr. has had a lot of success with his motorcycle business and his fame on reality TV. Celebrity Net Worth says that they have built up a net worth of $2 million. Jr.'s family, on the other hand, has had money problems. Photographer Scott Gunnels sued his father, Paul Teutel Sr., and brother, Michael Teutul, for more than $258,000. He said that they used his art on Orange County Choppers products on the show. Page 6 claimed that the family lost the lawsuit. Orange County Choppers, Discovery Incorporated, and the Pilgrim Media Group were also named as suspects, but Paul Jr. remained the same. This case is the latest in a string of bad luck for Jr.'s family's finances. Page 6 claimed that in 2018, Paul Sr. was sued for fraud by a former business partner who said he sabotaged a TV project that lost a lot of money. The Blast says that he filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy that same year, which caused his home to be taken away. He also allegedly owes more than $23,000 in state taxes for his restaurant Orange County Choppers Cafe and had to sell several personal cars to pay his bills, as reported by The Blast. At the same time, Jr. is doing well financially thanks to a Discovery spin-off, his own store, and not having to worry about his own money. In his 2017 autobiography, The Build, Paul Teutel Sr. wrote about how he became wealthy, making plans for my life with helicopters, family, and faith. He talked about how he worked on the weekends and during breaks when he was a teenager, giving up the usual summer activities that friends enjoy together. From a young age, he learned how to work hard, and he stayed grounded after high school, not using credit cards until he was in his 30s. His ideas were easy to understand. He didn't buy things if he couldn't afford them. Keeping an eye on friends causes a lot of credit card debt, without real gains, left him confused. Paul also talked about the link between money and his troubled relationship with his father. He explained, "Money and success were not the reasons we couldn't get along. He saw that this relationship stayed the same, even when American Chopper was at its best. When the show was at its peak, money wasn't a problem, but we were still very unhappy with each other. I really think that started with my dad, since most of our fights were caused by him pushing me until I lost it. Without a question, fame has both good and bad effects, especially when it comes to money. In an interview with Biker Swag in November 2000, Paul Teutel Sr. said that the good things about fame are that it gives you financial freedom, makes you a role model, and lets you help people all over the world. Paul was honest when he said that the bad thing is that you lose your privacy and secrecy. Even though Paul has trouble with privacy, he seems to enjoy the wealth that fame has brought him, because he often posts sneak peeks of his latest projects on Instagram. Paul seems to be most happy with how his personal life has turned out, putting aside his fame, money, and life on American Chopper. He said in the build, "I am already breaking the generational curse in my family. In my 20s, I was single and enjoyed the freedom that came with it. Then I got married, and then our first child was born. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one."